Hi, it's Jason at Golf Principles here in Basingstoke, and we're going to take some time today to talk about probably the most underrated part of the game, which is putting. Now, if you do the numbers, then basically half the game almost is with this thing. So we've got TrackMan, we've got all those numbers on that, but what's the numbers like when we putt? Where's our path? Where's the face angle? Where's the tempo? This device here called Zenio, very, very, very good. Love it. Fantastic bit of kit. Sensor on the face. Information gets downloaded via Bluetooth onto the computer, boom, it's instant feedback for you. You can do left to right, right to left, straight, uphill, downhill. You can do it all 15 to 20 foot, 10 foot, 5 foot, it's all there for you. So we work with a lot of other coaches as well. They come in here, a guy called Ben Cummings up at Tilney works in here a lot with us. He's very, very good on short game, works with guys like Glenn Ralph on the Seniors Tour to help them maximise their scoring. Ben uses this a lot. And it's an invaluable tool for instant feedback because you can take it outdoor and indoor, so it's mobile. So what we're going to do today is to show you exactly what this thing does. Okay, so you're familiar with launch and spin on the driver. We've spoken enough about that over the last 3 months, but this is crucial to you improving your game. If you can take 3 or 4 shots off from putting in a more consistent fashion, guess what? You'll be a happy chappy or happy bunny. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up this. We're going to hit some putts, talk about what the numbers mean. Ben will do the voiceover in terms of paths and tempos, and then we'll just get any questions. As usual, give me a shout. Okay, so while I'm hitting these putts, these measurements are getting recorded by Ben on the computer. So what's going to happen is we're hitting these 7 putts. And after this, we're going to get some data, and we're going to see if this putter suits me, or whether I need a face balanced putter or something slightly different. So we're just hitting some putts, trying to feel the rhythm, the tempo, trying to make the same consistent stroke all the time, and then hopefully we'll get some readings and see where we are. Trust me, I'm never this good at the golf course. Okay, so that's 7 putts hit. Ben's got some numbers. We're going to go and have a look at those on the screenshot now so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so although I hold a few putts, what you can see here on the numbers, if you can see clearly, maybe a little bit blurry, but these numbers are what you call below average. Now for me, I don't use a full toe hang putter. This is a putter that I don't use normally. Mine's got actually a bit of face balance to it. So although I hit them out the middle, it's not the right putter for me. So if you can listen to Ben's comments now, and he'll run you through what the numbers are and what they mean, and then you can see why it's not right.
Okay, what we're going to do here is just going to have a quick look through. We're going to take you into animation, and we can actually go through putt by putt, and we're actually going to play it through in normal speed on how the putt was tracking, so we can kind of get an idea of what was actually going on. So we're just going to start with the first putt here. I'm just going to play him through, and you can see obviously the putter rotates on the way back, and we can see the forward rotation, adding and de-lofting what's actually going on with the club there. What we're going to do now is just stop that quickly, and we're going to take Jason's impacts just as an idea and run through his impacts in relation to where he was actually aiming for his initial starting point. So for the first putt here, we can see it's slightly open. Second putt, it was 1.1 degree open, so even more. 0.3 degrees open, 2.7 degrees closed, 0.1 degree closed, and for his last putt it was half a degree open. Obviously with consistent putting, we actually want to control face rotation being paramount to becoming a good putter. Obviously, as we know, Jason doesn't use a toe hang putter, and he's kind of be more more in line to something more face balance or with less toe hang to kind of minimise what's actually going on there.
The good thing here, if you look at TrackMan and what they're saying about drivers or low lofted clubs, is that where the face angle is at contact dictates whether you're a good or bad putter. So if your face angle is open, closed and square and all over the shop, like I've just proved here, chances are you won't be very good. If you've got a consistent, what I call zero contact, with the face angle at 0 to the target, you're going to be pretty useful.
And also we can see here is obviously Jason's impact, but also a tempo, and it's actually going to rhythm, which we just bring up now. give you the angles. Obviously what we want here is for lines to be as close as possible together, and that's actually working on the open close and how much the putter is actually opening and closing through impact. What we can do now is just shoot into rotation, and what we see here is the lines here, and what we're trying to get with those is to have them as close together or dispersion to be minimal. The tighter the line, the more consistent the putting is on that area. What we can do now is just quickly run into an impacts and overview, give you a little summary, and this prints up a lovely little page which kind of gives you an idea of impact. You're scoring 74%, rhythm score was 80%, so the rhythm's pretty good. However, the open close is down at 52%, so we kind of interpretate from that that although the rhythm's great, the putter's weighting's very good, the length's very good, however the open close, we probably need to be more in a face balance kind of putter.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to actually put that Zenio sensor on my putter and see how it comes up, and give you an idea of what it looks like, so we can see this is about fitting, this is about teaching and coaching, so it's a holistic approach to everything you do when it comes to hitting a putt properly. Okay, so this is my putter that I use on Zenio. Let's see what the numbers look like. It. This surface here is a Huxley Tour surface. It's about, I pulled it, 11 on the stem, 10.5 in that area. So that's my putter, that's 7 putts. Let's see what it looks like compared to what we did a minute ago.
Okay, what we're going to do now is just talk about Jason's putting that he's just done there. Obviously this was using his own putter compared to the Callaway which he was using before. What we've got now, he's actually scored 85% overall over a 68 before, but we're going to talk about the 3 main elements in impact to start with, where Jason, you know, as you can see from the impact, was pretty much dead mid all the time and scored an unbelievable 90%. His rhythm stayed at 80%, and his open close has gone up significantly to 84%, which shows us that this is actually a half hang putter. It's got a slight bit of hang rather than a full hang which he was actually using before. So what this tells us is Jason's far better in a half hang putter, and that controls his open close, and obviously then increases his impact score, and he's maintained his rhythm, which is, you know, which is perfectly what you're looking for. What we could then look into, you could then go into a face balance putter, or basically about, you know, as you know, works towards the sky when you actually put it down, or even into a belly putter, and see if any of those and how they actually impact on his score, whether, you know, a positive or an adverse impact when he's actually scoring. But from an overall point of view, this is a very, very good putter for Jason, and we can see why it's in the bag.